Thank you so much for your time today, Anda. It's great to have you.
It's great to be welcomed and chatting to you all as well. You know, make no mistake, I am privileged. You know, I'm lucky I went to a good school. I went to Oxford. You know, it opens a lot of doors for you. And, you know, I think that's one of the reasons that I'm relatively young. I'm definitely don't count as young anymore, but, you know, I've been able to get to where I am in my career relatively quickly. And I'm really grateful for that. And I know that it's helped me sort of accelerate, I guess. And not everyone is that lucky. Not everyone has that privilege for whatever reason. And I think the more that we can do within the industry to promote different jobs, different types of jobs, to people from all over the country and, you know, from all types of different backgrounds. You know, you shouldn't have to have an Oxbridge education to get to my sort of role. That's not important. You know, as a criteria, there's different attributes you need to show. But we all need to do that. You know, the work that we're doing at the GGF with building our skills is to try and reach out to, you know, different school leavers and show there are different careers paths. Some may be for people who are academic and, you know, like me, I studied chemistry. I could have gone into, you know, sort of work for one of the manufacturers, that side of things. But, you know, that wasn't really for me. But, you know, there are people that can have fantastic careers and, you know, starting off as a fitter's mate, maybe doing an apprenticeship and sort of rising through the ranks and becoming, you know, senior people in different organizations. So I think that's one aspect. We need to show that we're open and welcoming to everyone from all walks of life. But also I think when we're, you know, within our organizations, I think when you're in a senior role, you have that position of responsibility and that, obligation in a very positive way to give everyone equal opportunity. You know, I don't want people who are carbon copies of me working for me, because you don't get benefit from that. You need genuine diversity, and that's diversity of thinking in particular, to really come up with the best ideas, the best solutions.
Do you think anything has ever held you back from achieving your goals?
Quite simply, no. I think, you know, there are things that happen in your life that you sort of need to weigh up. So, you know, it was only a year and a half ago I had my baby, now a toddler, and, you know, that you make choices, don't you, about what you want to do, and, you know, that could have held me back. But, you know, I've gone back. I only work 4 days a week now, and I have to say the GGF and our boards have been incredibly supportive about me doing that and trying to have a bit of balance. So no, I really don't think so. But again, I do feel that I'm lucky, and not everyone would sort of be as lucky as I have in not having these sort of barriers in the way.
Well, does it matter to you that working environments are inclusive, diverse and representative of today's society?
Yes, I mean, 100%. I couldn't work somewhere that I didn't feel that, you know, that was part of the culture. So that's not to say that everything's perfect and, you know, we have, you know, a perfect split of diversity. But I think if the working principles are there and, you know, there is that understanding that that's how things should be and we're working towards it, that change doesn't happen overnight, particularly something like this. And you need to be doing the right things in terms of, as I said, encouraging people into the industry in the first place, but also helping support people within their careers from all different backgrounds.
Do you think that COVID and the situation it's brought about, the lockdowns, do you think that COVID is actually going to bring about greater diversity and greater representation within the industry?
I don't think it's going to be a sudden change that, suddenly there's a lot more diversity, but I think it will help. For example, some roles now where we're just focused on getting people into London, where our office is based. If it's a role that works remotely, there's no reason it can't be someone from Newcastle or from a tiny village in mid Wales or something like that. So I think there's an element of that, but I don't think it's sort of the panacea that's suddenly going to magic everything to be totally diverse.
I hear that. So what should businesses be doing now to promote and support diversity and inclusion?
Some companies I know doing things, for example, like taking names off CVs. Or, I don't necessarily think we need to go that far, but I think it's really important to sort of check your bias when you're doing things like recruitment. And then I think any work that we're doing in terms of encouraging people into the industry, it's important we look at what we can do from a diversity point of view within that. You don't have to just be a white older male to go far. And that's not to say there aren't lots of brilliant white older males as well that are incredibly valuable for our industry, and we wouldn't want to lose them. But I think it's just showing that there is some diversity and encouraging more of it.
Brilliant. Thank you so much for your time. That's great. That's brilliant.